Hello everyone, welcome to my jungle story. I'm Jacqueline and today I want to do some chatting. I want to do some talking about the plants that I am absolutely loving at the moment. Plants that are just catching my eye, that are giving me amazing growth. And yeah, are just doing so well in my collection. I honestly feel like I could do an update video on my whole collection every single month at the moment. There's just so much happening. We are finally getting better weather here in Belgium, so plants are waking up and just giving us such amazing growth. So yeah, I'm going to show you. I don't know what the number's going to be. I will at the end because I'm just picking them out. I didn't want to really plan this video because I kind of wanted to do it based on how I felt about the plants. So I have no idea how many plants it's going to be, but it's going to be some major chatting going on. So let's get into it. So this is the Hoya krohniana eskimo, and I bought her about 2 years ago as just a small cutting. It was this one. It was just this cutting over here, and she did absolutely nothing for such a long time. I think I had her in my IKEA cabinet for quite a while, didn't do anything. I repotted her. I had her in... Why is there always such an irritating fly in here whenever I'm filming? Anyway, yeah, I had her in my cabinet. She was living in sphagnum moss for a very, very long time. I actually just potted her up with the sphagnum moss into like a soil mix. She wasn't doing anything for me. And then I did a little bit more research on the mix that Hoyas really appreciate, which is usually quite an airy, chunky mix. And since I put her in that, she was doing well. She was giving me more growth, but she was in a spot. She was actually, I'll show you her now. So she used to live up on that shelf there for quite a while, actually. She used to give me growth, but it just wasn't really anything amazing. It just wasn't, I don't know, I just kind of thought, well, Hoyas are slow anyway, so that's why she's not giving me the most amazing growth. And then I got a couple of new Hoyas, and I put those Hoyas on my south-facing window, which is like right here. And she kicked off. She's still in that same pot. She's been in the same pot for probably about 1.5 years. She started going insane. I actually had to, maybe it was like almost 2 months ago, or less. It doesn't feel like that long ago, so I think it's less than 2 months ago. I had to give her a trellis. She is a little bit wobbly in there, but that's because she's carrying quite a lot of growth, yeah. But the reason why I'm loving her so much is because she's blooming for me. The first Hoya that is blooming for me, I just can't believe it. I just cannot stop staring at her. Wow. So there is one bloom. There's another one over here. There is another one here. And I saw another one this morning. Where is it? Yeah. Okay, you're not really going to be able to see that, but can you see there? There's like the beginning of one. I cannot believe that she's doing this for me. I was honestly at a certain point thinking about getting rid of this Hoya, and I'm so glad that I didn't, because there's just growth everywhere. There's blooms everywhere. Since I've put her in the south-facing window, she's also sized up in leaf quite a lot. However, she has lost a little bit of the like silveriness to it. You see at the bottom there, it's like super, super silver. And then at the top, she's kind of lost it a little, not like bad, but as some of the leaves have gotten bigger, it's still, you can still see it. It's just not as silvery, which I do kind of miss. But I actually need to water her. That's the one thing with the south-facing window, is that it needs a lot of water. She is in a little bit more of a dense mix than the others, but I am going to be potting her. I think I am going to take her out of this mix at a certain point. But let's have a look at the roots. Oh, she definitely needs water. My bad. Yeah. can see some good roots going on there. Not amazing, considering she's been in this pot for 1.5 years. So that's definitely on me. I need to give her more water. I'm thinking I'm just going to take her out of this mix as well and put her, the Hoyas in the other mix. It's the other mix that they're in are from Soil Ninja, but it's just basically a really, really chunky mix. It's the anthurium mix, but it's also for Hoyas, and they do amazingly in there. But yeah, I do need to change her out of that as well. But yeah, I've been in love with this plant. I cannot stop staring at her. I just cannot wait for these little blooms to pop open. I think it's going to be so cute. Yeah, loving this plant. Absolutely loving her. I can never remember the name of this one. I'll put all the names on screen, but I don't know why. I always forget the name of this one. I think it's because I bought her and I didn't know the ID of her, and I just kind of did a Google search and I kind of based it on that. So maybe that's why I always forget. But I love this Hoya. I think it's also the pot combination that I'm loving. I made like this little trellis thing from just like clips and sticks. And she has actually given me, I think she's given me about 2 peduncles. Yeah, I think it's 2 peduncles. They didn't do anything, like they formed and just kind of died off, which is to be expected. I mean, she's a very, very small plant, but I'm just loving this one. She's giving me so much new growth. She dries out very, very quickly. So yeah, I need to actually pot her up, but I just don't want to part with this pot. It's just, I mean, I'm not parting with it, obviously, but it's just the, I don't know. You know, when there's just like a pot plant combination that you just are absolutely loving. And yeah, that's why I'm putting it off. A very, very pretty Hoya. I think I only paid like €2 for her, but she didn't have an ID. She was on like a mixed table or something. But yeah, I also need to take her out of this pot because, oh yeah, you can see there. Yeah, I have a layer of clay pebbles at the bottom because otherwise the pot is too deep. I'm going to have to do it on her. I have to, because I know then she will give me the potential that I want. But it's just kind of sad. I'm going to have to find a plant that does it for me in this pot. So yeah, but I've been loving this Hoya. Right, I can't bring this plant over because it's just too much of a mission, so I'm bringing you guys over. But another plant that's really been catching my eye is the philodendron majestic. This is the latest leaf that she's given me, so she's sizing up. That was the one before. She's sizing up really, really nicely. She's already giving me a new one there. But yeah, ever since I put her on a moss pole, ever since I extended her, that's it, she's just been taking off. She's been absolutely loving it. I actually need to water as well. Yeah, I've been watering almost every single day since it's been really hot. So my kitchen island looks like a mess pretty much 24/7 because of the watering. But yeah, I've been loving her. And another one that has really been catching my eye, I'm actually going to move. Yeah, you can see her. The monstera dubia is sizing up. Wow, I'm so impressed with this plant. She has been a slow one for me for quite a while, and ever since I actually put her in this spot, at first I thought that it was too much, that the leaves starting to go like a little bit, I don't know, like bleachy, but it's kind of calmed down. And the new leaves it's giving me now is amazing. So she's gotten a pole extension. She's gotten more light. She also gets evening light. Like we have this gap at the top here, and the evening sun comes through and hits her like just right. So she obviously likes that as well, because I think she's given me these 3 in the space of a week and a half, which is amazing. Yeah, I'm just in awe of this plant, and I love that these 2 are like right here, because whenever we're sitting in the couch and watching TV, I find myself looking at her every now and then, and I love her so much. It's definitely a mission to water them, because I do it with the cup, and that's kind of a mission. I've put the chair back now for filming, but usually there's one of our bar stools that sits here permanently so I can water. Yeah, it's just unfortunately the things that you have to you have to do for plants. So this is also a plant that's been catching my eye, but I also wanted to ask you guys what you think, because this was sold to us as a Anthurium crystallinum magnificum hybrid, but it's just given us this leaf. Like, I don't know. Why is it so long? Is that normal? I don't know, but this leaf just catches my... It's also got like this pinky like edging to it, and it's very long. Like, what do you guys think it is? I have no idea. I don't know if that's normal, but it's very, yeah, it's very unique. I've never... The thing is with Anthurium hybrids is you are never 100% sure. I am really like interested to what you guys think, like what are your theories? It's always interesting to hear what other people think, and they might, you know, see something that you don't see. I don't know. But I think the idea of this one, the ID, I keep on... The ID, wow, with my accent, it sounds like I'm saying idea, but anyway, is a little bit wrong on this one. I don't know. She's got a lot of roots. She's not root bound or anything. She was a tiny, tiny little, yeah, like she came with this leaf. So, but yeah, that leaf has been catching my eye. So I'm really interested to see how this one grows, because that leaf is stunning. Okay, another plant that's been catching my eye is a bit of a surprise to me because I'm not doing very well with begonia at the moment. But the cane begonia, I don't really have a problem with them, but this one has just been giving me the most amazing growth. She just does not stop. This is, I think it said on the label, the begonia double dot. I love, like, the new leaves come out kind of like pinky, and then they size up, but it's just so beautiful. Yeah, I did not think that a begonia would actually catch my eye as much as this one does. I think it's also because she lives on this shelf over there in the corner, and that's usually where I sit. So maybe that's why she's been catching my eye, but she's just given so much new growth lately. I mean, look down here. Wait, where did I see one of the newer leaves? I think it was this one. Look at the size of that. Like, it's huge. Yeah, she just does not stop. She's also quite forgiving whenever I forget to water her. Well, I don't forget to water her, but whenever I notice that the soil is quite dry, she doesn't throw a fit if I miss it for like a couple of days or something. She's quite forgiving, I think. Or maybe I just hit it at the right time. I have no idea. But yeah, she's very, very happy in my collection. I just wish that other begonias would also be as happy as this one. Loving her. Absolutely beautiful. I never really want to say if it's like my favorite plant or not, because I just love so many plants, but this one is definitely one that she's catched my eye ever since I got her, to be honest, because she's gone insane. This is, it's not like fully opened yet, but that is the newest leaf that it's giving me. I mean, wait, what's the most recent? Oh yeah, this one. This is the most recent leaf that she's given me, and I mean, it's always hard to like see it on camera, I find, but just look at it compared to my head. It's huge. That's what leaf it gave me before that, and she's sizing up really nicely. She's doing so well. She's got a pretty damn good root system. You can see that the roots are like gathering in the pockets. This is why I prefer the coarse mix instead of the fine mix, because there's more air, and I can see that all the roots are like going to those pockets of air, which is, yeah, I mean, I guess that is normal. They need oxygen. But I mean, that newest leaf. If you don't follow me on, where do I post the most? I probably post more on Instagram than I do on TikTok. On Instagram, I do stories. I don't want to say I do it a lot because I do sometimes miss a day, but I try and post on my stories every single day, just like a small updates of my plants. So if you don't follow me there, go ahead and have a look because I'm always posting updates, more frequent updates than I do on YouTube. But yeah, I'll definitely be snapping some pictures of this once it's fully unfilled. But I cannot believe the scale of her. She's living in my IKEA greenhouse cabinet, actually at the bottom there. And she's doing really, really well. I recently did quite a big rearrange of my cabinets. And I did say that I was going to give you guys an update when I do a plant chores video, which I think will be coming up. But yeah, she has been going insane. I'm a bit scared. Like the day that I'm going to have to take her out of the cabinet, I'm a little bit worried about that. So I'm kind of avoiding that at all costs. But I mean, I have seen online that people say that the difference in humidity, that they don't actually mind it. So yeah, she still has her original leaf. It is a little bit, I don't want to say floppy, but it's definitely going to die off. You can see, yeah, this was the leaf that I bought it for. You can see there's like a little bit of browning going on there, which is to be expected. But I'm quite surprised that she's still kept onto this leaf. Yeah, I was always scared that she was gonna hold on to maybe 1 or 2 leaves. I don't know, I've seen that quite a lot online that they do that. So I've been a little bit worried about that. But she's stunning. She's absolutely stunning. I cannot believe the size of that leaf. Love her, absolutely love her. Okay, another plant that I've been staring at is this beautiful philodendron choco red. This is the newest leaf it's given me. I mean, so this was the leaf before. She's sizing up really, really nicely. I do. I can see some roots. Like I don't really know if you're going to be able to see very well. At the bottom there, some roots there. Not a lot, but she's definitely rooting in there. She's definitely rooted nicely into the pond. See some roots there at the bottom. Yeah, when I bought her, she had a little bit of root rot. She was in a very dense mix. And I probably should have potted her up sooner rather than later. But I always have a thing of just waiting a little bit and not giving the plant too much of a shock. So, and also I just don't always have the time to do it straight away, to be honest. But yeah, this newest leaf is just so stunning. I mean, and just the backs are just so beautiful. And oh, I love this plant. This was the one that I found for 15 euros. I still cannot believe it. And yeah, she is really happy in pond. So that's positive. She also lives actually next to the alocasia frydek. So yeah, gets a lot of humidity. I can see she's ready to give me a new leaf there as well. Oh yeah, she's just been the apple of my eye. I cannot. Whenever I look into my cabinet, she's, apart from the frydek, of course, but she just catches my eye straight away. She does have a little bit when I got her. I think she had spider mites, but not bad. No, the camera doesn't really pick it up very well. So there's a little bit damage on that leaf, but it's fine. Like, it's not bad or anything. I always wanted an choco red, but I could only find baby ones, and they were quite expensive as a baby. So the fact that I got one that was this size, I mean, in my care, she's had these 2 leaves. So this one and this one, yeah, she's obviously sizing up. But I mean, she was already this size when I bought her. So that size is pretty impressive for only 15 euros. But yeah, I've been loving her, absolutely loving her. And I'm also really excited that my mom has actually also just recently purchased an choco red. And when she has the same plants as mine, I always find it so fascinating to see how they grow in different environments. My mom's house is very, very different to here. She has quite low light, and it's not as warm in her house than it is In our house, with the south-facing window can sometimes be very, very hot in here, which is not very pleasant for us humans, but the plants absolutely love it. So, and there's a lot of light. Like you can see on the video, there's a lot of light coming in here. We have this huge window at the front, and then on the north side we have like a corner window. So yeah, we have a lot of light coming here. Very, very lucky. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I just find it so fascinating to see how different plants do. What was a plant that was doing really, really well for her, but just was not for me? I think it was alocasia mellow. She had a bunch of corms and they all sprouted so incredibly quickly and they grew so fast. And I actually have 2 of them. I put them in my cabinets. I think it's the light that she has in her cabinet that is specifically best suited for like younger plants. I just find it really fascinating to see how in different environments, and I also love to hear from you guys, like how if you for example have like an El Choco red, tell me about like the environments, or even any other plants in this video that you also have. Tell me about like what type of environment that they have. I always find that so fascinating because sometimes I do really find that it's like genetics, that it's the actual plants that is just different to another one. What was one that I bought? I'm trying to think of what was a plant that I had 2 separate plants of. I think it was an alocasia dragon scale, which I sadly enough, all I have left. If you watched, I'll link it down below, but if you watched my huge, big repot of all my pond plants, I put 2 dragon scales in the same pot. They both, within the space of days, just rotted away. There was obviously something going on before I potted them up. They would just mush, the corm and everything. There was nothing left to save. But yeah, those 2 were, one was a corm of a plant that I had 2 years ago, and that one always gave us huge, huge leaves. And then I had another one that Mitch bought me actually from where he works, and that one just never sized up. It just, the leaves always stayed the same size. It had a bigger root system. I do think that it does depend on like the genetics of the plant. I do believe in that. I don't just think conditions are everything. They are everything. But I do think that there is something, I don't know, there is something different there. And it can sometimes change the outcome of a plant, really. But yeah, going off on a little tangent there. Love it. And yeah, let me know in the comments of other plants, of any of the plants that I'm showing in this video, if you also have one and in what conditions that you grow them and how they're doing and all that. I love to hear that. Honestly, if you have like an Instagram account or a TikTok account or anything where you share like your plants and updates and all that, leave them down below, because I kid you not, I spend so much time on Instagram, mainly on Instagram actually, looking just at other people's collections and seeing how they're doing, what environment are they grown in, where do they live in the world. I just find it so fascinating, and I love like giving tips to each other and all that. Yeah, just let me pop a comment down below, because I do love chatting with you guys. I'm always very quick to answer on comments and all that, and I always get so excited about it. So don't hesitate, okay? I will reply. Okay, actually a lot of the plants that are catching my eye are in my cabinet. They're just doing so well. It's definitely, in a cabinet you can give your plants very steady, stable, perfect conditions. But I found that in my cabinet, it still depends on the weather outside. If it's a very rainy day, the humidity goes up by like 10%. Right now, my cabinet is open and it says 25 degrees with 85% humidity. It is very, very humid today, but I still think that it still makes a difference with the conditions outside. I can never really give like the perfect, it's a more stable set of conditions that I can give my plants, but not, I still think that the weather outside does make a difference to it. But this is also one that just clocks me. This is the Hoya wayetii variegated, and she's given me so much new growth. I love this plant. This was actually a gift from Mitch. He just came home with it. I think they had just gotten a shipment of plants in, and this was on like a mixed tray, and it was like one on a mixed tray. And yeah, I used to have a normal wayetii, but she did not survive my plant burnout. She got taken outside and completely forgotten, and before I knew it, she was just rotting because yeah, she was obviously getting too much water outside. But yeah, I'm very happy that I have the variegated one now. It's giving me some new growth there at the bottom as well. But I just love this plant. It's a very, very nice specimen. It's not... I've seen ones that are like almost completely white, and I didn't really like that. And I didn't really think that I would like the long leaves. But I don't know, the rate that this one's grown at just amazes me. And she's just in my DIY basic chunky mix that I make. I think it's just perlite bark and cocoa coir, and that is it. She lives about that far, like the grow light is here, so she gets a lot of light. I will eventually have to take her out and I'll put her on the south-facing window, but she's just so happy in the cabinet. I don't really see why I have to do that, just yet anyway. I don't see any roots popping out, so I think she's safe. Honestly, when he came home with it, I was like, oh, that's pretty, but I'm not really... It wasn't one that if I saw in the garden centre that I would buy straight away, but I've completely fallen in love with her. So, yeah, and even the backs of the leaves, it's like the splashiness, and then, oh, just everything about this plant that I love. Absolutely love her. Beautiful, beautiful hoya. Okay, I know I'm going to sound like a broken record about this plant, but I cannot stop talking about it because I cannot believe that I own such a full string of pearls. This was just 3 tiny little cuttings that I saved off the floor at work. And she has turned from those 3 cuttings, that was about 4 months ago now, into this. Like, are you kidding me? Just look at how full that is and all of that new growth. I'm very, very scared to move her because the one thing that I have done different this time is given her higher light. Before I never used to do that. She's even living, yeah, she's probably about that far. The light is like, yeah, she's very, very close to the light. You can see, there's quite a lot of algae growth in there, but anyway, you can see all of the roots. I mean, they're very, very fine, spindly roots, but I mean, I'm in awe of this plant. The day that she croaks on me, because to be honest, I don't think I'm gonna have a nice full one like this forever. I don't think I am. I don't know, maybe I'm just being a Debbie Downer, I don't know. This is the 3rd or the 4th, I can never remember. But I've had a couple of stringer pearls, and none of them, maybe it's because I grew it from a cutting, I have no idea. But I know the other ones, I don't know how many it was. I don't know what number this one is. But I know that the ones that I previously bought, they were all this size. They were all in a 12 centimeter pot when I bought them. And they just rotted and died on me. So I don't know what it is. But I'm not moving it. I'm not touching it. I just give her water when I can see that the outside is a little bit not as dark as this. Honestly, I think the last time I watered her was about 2 weeks ago, but that's because she's living in the cabinet and because humidity is super high in there. Maybe it's also the higher humidity? I have no idea. I really don't. What do you think it is that she's doing so well? Do you think it's because I bought her from a cutting? Do you think it's because she's in my cabinets with higher humidity or higher light? I don't know what it is, but I'm just really nervous to take her out of the cabinets. And she is slowly starting to get quite a length there, so she doesn't have to come out of my cabinet yet, definitely not. If anything, I will make more room for her, or I will move plants around, I don't know. But I don't want to take her out because I'm nervous about it. But yeah, loving her, absolutely loving her. Another one from my cabinet. So this is an Aglaonema, a pictum tricolor. Then again, I don't know if it is a pictum tricolor. I'm gonna have to do some research because I know there is an Aglaonema pictum and then an Aglaonema pictum tricolor, and it's got something to do with the colors. That the one only has, the pictum only has 2 different types of, or is it 3 or 4? I don't know. This one definitely has 3 shades of green on it. So I don't know if it's 3 or 4, I don't know. But this is the newest leaf that it's given me. And it's so pretty. It's not completely unfurled yet. But yeah, she's a very, very slow grower. So she's taken her time about it. But she's actually recently at the bottom there given me 2 new shoots. So she's doing really well. I actually still cannot see any roots on the outside of the pot. Maybe it's just because of the matte finish. I don't know. She's just also my DIY chunky mix that I make. She dries out very, very quickly, so I do think I need to put her in a bigger pot because she does have a fair amount of leaves. I need to give her water. I think that's why that leaf has gone yellow actually, because she's very dry. Yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on what it is? Because I'm starting to think it's not. I don't know, the pictum tricolors that I see online are a lot more, like they have a lot more camouflagey coloring to them. So I don't know. Still beautiful plants, but I would like to know, like, is it actually a pictum tricolor or is it just a pictum? I didn't even know there were 2 different varieties, but I would like to know which one it is. But either way, she's very happy in the cabinets. She actually lives like underneath the foliage of all of my other plants on the top shelf. So she gets like mainly shade. She doesn't get like direct light from the grow lights. But she seems to be quite happy with that. Really happy with this one. She's so cute. This is the just the regular, the alocasia micholitziana. I don't really know the right way to say it, but anyway, it doesn't matter. This was one that we actually bought as a backup because my big one that I had, she was beautiful. She had huge leaves. She got spider mites and she just went downhill. So she was a backup and she completely died back to nothing. We thought that she was dying. She lost all of her leaves, and then while she had her last leaf, she popped out a baby on the side. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to leave her. I'm not going to fuss about it because usually that's when plants are more likely to take a setback. I've noticed that with my alocasia dragon scale. We lost both of those and they had beautiful, beautiful leaves. But yeah, I thought, you know what, I'm not going to fuss with her. I'm not going to touch her. And this is the result. She is, look how many plants are in there. Yeah, there's 5 plants in here. And now that I've actually picked her up, I've noticed there are 2 new shoots that it's making. So there's obviously a lot of corms in there that are active and doing their thing. But I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to leave her be because she's beautiful. She's sizing up so nicely. And yeah, she's happy. So why fuss over her? Okay, she's also in semihydro. So this pot is really, really heavy. But I'm going to give you a sneak at the roots. Oh yeah. Can you see? Really healthy roots. Really, really healthy. She's definitely very, very happy. One thing I also did differently with this plant compared to my other alocasias is I think I caught her just in time to pay more attention to the water reservoirs because I wasn't checking them as regularly as I should have done. And they were getting dirty. But the fact that we have this really nice full one, I cannot believe. I have to turn her. Honestly, she's like this now. See, she's facing my way. I will put her in front of the window and by the end of the day, what time are we now? We're like 20 to 3. By the end of the day, she will have turned to the window. That's how quickly this one turns. It's amazing. So it's definitely one that I have to keep my eye on. But I don't mind having like the one side. If there's a wall, if she's like against a wall, I don't mind all the leaves facing one way. You can appreciate her more. But right now she doesn't really have a spot. Yeah, we're struggling with a space for her because she's getting bigger. And this is what I mean when I say that I could actually do an update every single month because again, there's going to be something big changing. We're going to be putting, I think we're going to be putting 2 shelves up. We're going to be putting a curtain rail that we're going to use to hang plants on. Yeah, we're going to be creating a lot more space for plants, just so that the areas where the plants are now, it's too much, like it's too full. And they're doing great, like the plants are doing great, but I don't see that as a long-term solution, because eventually if plants stuck up on top of each other, they're just going to become more susceptible to pests. You know, they're not going to get the optimum care that they need. But I'm honestly just looking forward to getting our collection, giving each plant a permanent spot, because I feel like I'm moving plants around all the time. I mean, fair enough, sometimes the spot that they're living in gets too small, or they need more space or whatever. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It is definitely going to be a weight off the shoulders, because right now it's bugging me that I'm not able to give all of my plants the optimum care that they need. And yeah, it's bugging me. And this is definitely one that I want to give that. But yeah, she's also been an absolute stunner. Oh, she big. She big, she big, she big. Right, this one actually needs to be put, not in a bigger pot, but she needs to be like repotted, because there's a lot of stem happening here, and she's very heavy. I mean, these leaves are obviously heavy, but I mean, look at that leaf. How? Like, what? She's still got quite a lot of hardening off to do, but that is huge. She's kind of got a very special place in my heart, to be honest, because I've had her for, I think I've had her for over 2 years now, and she had thrips 3 times in a row. That honestly, I just wanted to give up on her. She survived 2 plant burnouts. She's definitely a queen. Okay, she has fought through the hard times. She's actually giving me another inflow here. Can you see that? Yeah, she's giving me another inflow there. She has an inflow at the moment, but we actually put some pollen on her, but I don't think it's going to do anything. No, that looks like it's about to die off. So yeah, I don't think the pollination process actually worked. But she does not stop. She doesn't have an amazing root system. All the roots are actually kind of sticking out the bottom. I know that anthuriums appreciate like the tower pots, so I'm thinking I might get one of those for her. I don't know, but I definitely need to do something with the situation, because right now she's just got this stick here, and she's very, very wobbly. Very special one. So this was a plant that I rescued. Look, she's doing something. Yeah, I just got goosebumps. I know this like seems, if you've been with me through the journey of rescuing this plant, you know. And I'm just so excited. Honestly, I don't know what it is, but whenever I have the thought of, okay, I'm going to part with that plant, I've had enough of it. This was just one that was not doing anything. I kept on forgetting to water her. It was just one of those plants that, you know, sometimes you just have to cut the cord, and it's enough. But every single time I think that, because my next plant that I'm going to show you has also done that, and I was going to sell that one, it's like they can feel it, or they hear me. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I mean, they're living organisms, so maybe they can hear me. I don't know. But I'm so excited that she's doing something. I'm so excited. So yeah, I've been watching this one like a hawk, because I'm so excited. It's been 4 months, okay? 4 months. 4 months of being patient, of watering a just little stick with 2 leaves. And yeah, I'm over the moon. She does have, I can see roots. She's definitely not root bound, but I can see roots there. I don't know if it's going to be able to pick up on camera, to be honest, but you know, there's definitely some, is it there? Some roots? Yeah, there's some roots happening there. I would actually like to put this one into a clear pot, but I'm only going to do that once she actually needs a repot. Then again, I do actually have clear, smaller pots. Maybe I should do that. But she's doing something for me, so I don't really want to fuss with her. I'm just so excited. Maybe I should take this leaf off. No, you know what? I'm being a helicopter parent. No, just leave her be. Leave her be. Don't do that, Jacqueline. Don't do that. I'm so excited. I'm so happy she's finally doing something. And I knew that rescuing one was going to kind of be like a hit or miss, but she had roots, so, you know, she's got to do something eventually. But yeah, really, really excited about that. Okay, this was one that I was going to sell because I have an alocasia ninja and a black velvet, and I just prefer the black velvet. Oh, no, I prefer the ninja over the black velvets. But she obviously heard me because she just recently... Okay, try and show you as best as possible. She just gave me this leaf. Look at the size of that. That's huge, like compared to my hand. She's still like unfurling, but oh my word. I cannot believe the size of this leaf. She's still, wow. Okay, she might need a bigger pot. She's still in the lacunosa pond. When I did my big repot video, I forgot about this one because I was gonna sell her, so I didn't really see the point of using my other mix. But yeah, she's quite rooted in there, so I definitely think she needs a bigger pot. But I'm kind of like, I'm telling you, plants can hear you. They can hear you. They can feel it. They can feel it. Like I don't want to get rid of her now. Now, you know what? When those shelves are put up, I'm going to have so much more room. I don't think I'm going to get rid of her. Not when she's just given me this leaf. The one thing, I don't know. Oh, that is stunning. That is stunning. Yeah, I don't think I've got the heart to do that now. She has a hatred for trailers. And it's only just past the house. She's barking while it was up the road. She hates them. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get rid of this one because that leaf is stunning. Stunning. She needs a big pot. She needs a pretty spot. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Okay, I didn't mean it. I feel so bad saying I was going to get rid of it now. Okay, this is the last plant that has been catching my eye, and that is this beautiful alocasia regal shield. You saw me repot her in my big repot, or my pond plants, and I gave her, so I said that I was going to give her her own grow lights. Let me move back a bit so you can see properly. But yeah, I have this. This is just like an IKEA grow lights. It was actually a really, really cheap one. I think it's only like 30 euros. It has this really, like, it's so convenient with the switch at the top. I don't have to like bend over. It's really pretty. It like blends in with my theme. Oh my God, that cup, that's just like too much. It's too full. Yeah, a lot of rearranging that's going to be happening. But yeah, I have a Sansi grow light in there, and wow, it is such a nice light. It's such a warm, pretty tone. So yeah, she's got her own grow light. She's very, very happy because since then, she's given me this new leaf. It's still, yeah, it's still doing some growing, but yeah, I just love this plant so much. Oh wow, and I can see at the bottom that my next one is also about to give me a new leaf. Yeah, every single time I pass by here, I look at her. She's just so stunning. She's so stunning. I am a little bit bummed that I'm not really going to be able to see the roots anymore because I didn't have a clear pot that was big enough to put two of them together. So I'm a bit bummed about that, but she's so easy and hardy that I'm not really worried about the roots, but I did find it really satisfying to see the roots. So I'm a bit bummed about that, but she's doing really well in that spot. She's obviously very happy. Yeah, I just love that she has her own little setup. She loves this light. And yeah, I think this is it the 34 watt light? I'm not sure. It's the really big one because actually, I'll move you back again and you can kind of see, but it kind of sticks out there. You can see then it like sticks out a bit there. But it doesn't bother me. But it's definitely, the light is very in your face. Okay, that is going to be it for today's video. Those are the plants that I have been absolutely loving lately and just been the apple of my eye. I could probably go on and on because every single plant is doing something really exciting, but those are the ones that have really, really, you know, done it for me. I'm so grateful to have them in my collection, and I just love watching them grow, especially that regal shield. She's just, I cannot wait to get big, big leaves on her. She's just so stunning and so beautiful. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below about any plants that are doing it for you, that are catching your eye, any plants that you also have that are the same as the plants that I have, how they're doing, like I said, and what conditions are they growing in. Just let's have a chat in the comments, because I've gotten some really useful tips in the comments, and I also just love hearing about your plants. I know that I'm on this channel and I'm talking about my plants all the time, but I am really interested in your plants and how they're doing. So definitely comment down below. I love chatting. I just love it. You know, we can all chit chat about our plants. It's what's so fun about it. And it's probably one of the reasons why I started this channel, is just because I could not stop talking about my plants and I needed an outlet. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel. I post videos twice a week. And let me know if there's like any content or any types of videos that you like watching or that you want to see. I know that my sister asked some questions on like moss poles and stuff like that. And oh, what was another one that I really want to do? I don't know, but just comment down below of like any content that you guys like to see. Will definitely get added to the list. I have like a whole notepad of videos that I want to film, so definitely no shortage of content. But yes, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.